guys, it's Melanie. A long time no see. So this has been a little bit of a crazy week for me. It's been a crazy work week, kind of. So I had a photo shoot for a magazine yesterday with my company. Unfortunately, I can't really tell you guys anything about it because I'm prohibited from doing that, but I did leave a couple of funny pictures on Instagram yesterday, and one of them was of an antelope head that I had in the back of my minivan. We ended up not using that for the shoot, so that was okay to share with you guys, but the magazine does come out in June, and it was an inspiration shoot, so I will be able to share the pictures with you guys after they come out. So I'm really excited to do that. It turned out really beautifully. My friend Stacy, who is the graphic designer for our business, and my business partner Kim did a really good job of kind of piecing things together. Because I have Stella, it makes it a little bit harder for me to run around and gather all of the items that we needed, but I just kind of worked on the floral end for that part of the shoot, so that was kind of my focus, but it turned out really beautifully, and everybody that participated just did a really great job, and I'm so excited to see the pictures and to be able to share them with you guys. But I think that's kind of all I can say about it for now, because the magazine doesn't want us putting any information about what the shoot was really about out there. So I'm going to respect that, as hard as it is for me to keep my mouth shut and have to do that for the next few months. But and then Stacy is actually staying at my house, so she's staying in my guest room here, and so it's been, I don't want to kick her out so I can film a video. So yeah, and Stella's finally taking a nap, and I have a little bit of time before I have to leave for my bridal show this evening. So here we go. That was a really long explanation. Basically, you didn't need to hear that, but I just can't stop flapping my gums. So I'm going to do my review of the Nude Skincare Pro Genius Treatment Oil. Now, this was a sample that I received from Sephora. The sample I got from Sephora from the sales rep that was helping me was 2 weeks worth of the oil. So because you just need so little of it, it just went a really long way. I don't actually have the bottle to show you, but I'm just going to show you, and I will of course link it down below so that you guys can go straight to the Sephora website. But this is what the container looks like. It is $78 for an ounce. This is the most expensive oil that I tried. They do have a half-ounce option for $39, so you can do that if you're not ready to jump in with the full ounce for $78. But I'm just going to read a little bit about the oil for you just to make sure I get all of the important points across. So this particular oil is really rich in omegas 3, 6, 7, and 9. So that's kind of their claim to fame with this particular product. It is formulated without parabens, sulfates, synthetic dyes, synthetic fragrances, petrochemicals, phthalates, GMOs, and triclosan. They do say that this product is suitable for vegans. It is gluten-free and 100% natural and allergen-free fragrance. So the fragrance that is in this oil, and it does have kind of a herbally type of scent to it, it's all natural, so they didn't add any synthetic fragrances to try to cover up that more natural herbal scent that the product has. And they do have 10 carefully selected plant oils in here, and I'm just going to read those off to you. It's black cumin, camellia, camelina, borage, sea buckthorn, macadamia, sweet almond. I'm going to butcher this one. Cranberry, abyssinica, jojoba, and apricot. So those are the oils that are contained within. So if you have sensitivities to any of those, I would obviously suggest that you probably avoid this oil. Now I'm going to read some of these claims to you guys because I thought they were pretty interesting. So their research results state that within 1 hour of application, 36% of women saw a decrease in the visible appearance of their wrinkles. And 39% saw a decrease in measured visible wrinkle length. Then they also talk about the hydration, and within, again, one application. 25% hydration increase was measured after 6 hours, and then after 24 hours, there was a 32% hydration increase. So basically, over time, your skin gets more hydrated as you're wearing the product. And then the last claim that they have there is that in a self-assessment on 33 women during 28 consecutive days, now I was only able to do 14 consecutive days, with application once a day on the face and neck, 29% noticed an increase in the luminosity of their skin, and 49% felt an increase in skin nourishment. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my experiences with the product. So I used it nightly, every evening for 2 weeks in a row, and I basically just washed my face like I normally do with my Clarisonic and whatever skincare face wash du jour that I was using at the time. It's, usually like a Biore product right now. And then I dried my face off. I normally don't put on a moisturizer in the evening because I just use my facial oils. My skin is oily enough to where that's usually enough moisture for me. So I just applied the oil itself. It only took 2 drops, and I was able to spread it over my face. And then I went to bed, woke up in the morning, and washed my face as usual. So again, I don't use the oils during the daytime. I did notice that this particular oil was the most moisturizing out of all of the ones that I've tried. So the argan oil from Josie Moran, the fresh sea berry oil, and I haven't talked about this one yet, but the tart maracuja oil. So this was the most moisturizing out of all of those. I did notice that the fine lines around my eyes, and I don't have like a ton of fine lines, but I did notice that they looked improved when I was using this oil. Basically, I just felt like my skin was more plumped up than with the other oils that I've been using. The one downside that I did notice is that I do have like some small bumps. So I did break out from using this product. Not terribly. Sorry, I have like a cold, so I'm going to need to blow out my nose here every once in a while. But it wasn't like massive breakouts, but I do think that the oil was maybe a little bit too rich for my skin. So that bummed me out, because I will say that outside of the little bumps, I really liked the way that my skin looked when I woke up in the morning. I saw probably the biggest impact after using it for 14 days versus using any of the other oils that I've used for 14 days in a row as well. So it's a good oil. I mean, I think they did a very good job of making a product that absolutely plumps your skin up and provides a ton of moisture. Probably a little bit more than maybe what I even need. I think this would be an excellent oil for really dry skin. This is an expensive product. This is going to be a pretty big investment for somebody. And I think the fact that you need so little is the only reason why I would even recommend going out and trying it. I do think it would be worth maybe testing it first and getting a sample before just diving right in and buying either the half ounce or the full ounce. You can of course always return it, but I don't like the hassle of dealing with a return, so that's why I like getting samples first. But it is a great oil. I do think that those of you who have really dry skin, normal skin, combination skin would really enjoy using this particular product. Those who tend to be a little bit more acne prone, there could be a chance that it could make you break out. I'm not particularly like overly acne prone, but when my skin doesn't like a product, it lets me know very quickly after I start using it. So after the first like couple of days, that's when I noticed the spots sort of popping up. Now I kept using it despite that, but I also put a little bit of tea tree oil on the spots, and that's been helping to clear that up. But it is kind of annoying that even though that I like the way that my skin looks otherwise, that I'm getting these additional bumps because I'm just coming off of like a huge like hormonal like surge where everything was kind of freaking out. And I had gotten that mostly cleared up before I started this oil. So I know that like the oil is what's causing the breakouts right now. So I am done with my sample. I'm not using it anymore. Will I go out and purchase it? You know what I think I would do is I would go out and I would probably purchase the 1/2 ounce size, and I would use it exclusively around my eye area and any like super dry patches. And on me, that tends to be around my mouth, during the winter time around my nose, and then my eyes. My eye area tends to get kind of dry. So I don't think that it's something that I would use all over my face again. I would reserve it for, like I said, the eye area as well as particularly dry patches on my face, but I don't think I would spread it all over the way that I have been for the last couple of weeks. It's a beautiful oil. It smells good. I like the herbally scent that it has. I think it's just a little bit too much for my skin, and there's something in it that irritated my skin enough to where I had some breakouts. Not cystic acne, just, you know, like gross little whiteheads, just like cloggy pore kind of stuff. So yeah, I would say overall I still give it 2 thumbs up because it does what it says it's going to do. It plumps your skin up. It leaves you very moisturized and hydrated. It would be beautiful for somebody who wanted to mix it with their daytime moisturizer, who has really, really dry skin. It would bump up your daytime moisturizer, like, I think, to the next level, and it would make it so much more luxurious. It's a beautiful product. I think it smells good. You know, it does help reduce the look of the fine lines. I don't know that it really, like, cures them. I don't know that anything really can, other than, you know, Botox, and even that's temporary, but it plumps it up to where the fine lines look reduced. I even noticed like the wrinkles on my forehead look a lot more reduced when I was using this particular oil, because again, it just plumps the skin up. Like there's a lot of hydration. I don't know how many different ways I can say that. I like the product. I would definitely recommend getting a sample of it first just to see how your skin reacts to it. And yeah, so that, I was excited to be able to try it. And like I said, I think that probably next year, it's not really in my beauty budget for this year to even spend $39 on a 1/2 ounce. But I think for next year, it's definitely something that I will consider purchasing and just using exclusively for around my eye area, and then like any dry patches, like if I get eczema patches on my face or something. But I still will continue to use my Josie Maran Argan Oil and Light, as well as my Fresh Sea Berry Oil. Love those two, and neither of those two have made me break out in any kind of way. So if you have any additional questions, if I forgot to mention something, definitely leave me a comment down below. And thank you guys for being patient with me this week, and I hope to be able to do my Friday favorites tomorrow or Saturday. They'll probably end up being a day late again, but I will be back to my normal filming schedule hopefully next week when things sort of level out again. And yeah, hope you guys are having a great week as well, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.